what character attribution is to begin with? Does anyone know? Alright. Well, it's sort of like teaching the different characters that make up people, like make up a good citizen, or like their citizenship, respect, responsibility, loyalty, all these different things is what we want to see out of a good citizen in society. So it doesn't seem like something that you have to educate people on, but in reality you do, because people don't necessarily know what you want out of them. According to Haynes, character education is a national movement creating schools that foster ethical, responsible, and caring young people by modeling and teaching good character through emphasis on universal values that we all share. And that's key. We all share these same universal values. We all want to be respected. We all want to see people responsible. We teach children to become good citizens in our common world, and the character is not formed automatically. It's developed over time through a sustained process of teaching, example, learning. You'll notice that a lot of my lessons, I don't have it labeled up here as my resources, but I got them from the charactercounts.org website, and it is a type of program where it focuses on 6 pillars of character: caring, fairness, respect, responsibility, loyalty, and trustworthiness. And it focuses on these 6, and I've grown up seeing this in place, because this is what I used, or this is what I went through when I was in elementary school. And so I really recommend this website if you do ever have to incorporate a character counts program into your school, or some sort of character education program. The first week, what we would talk about responsibility, and all of my lesson plans sort of start the same, and I would have them tell me what they believe like the word means, responsibility, because I think we could get a whole bunch of different meanings just from the one classroom. And then the teacher would break the students up into 4 different groups, and each group would read an article on different people in their community, different children throughout the world doing some sort of responsible act. And then they would be forced to write a letter to that person, or not forced, they don't see it, but I would make them write a letter to that person that they read about, telling them, what a good job they did and what they did that was responsible in their actions. And hopefully through that they would get an understanding of what it's like to be responsible, and realize that there's a lot of different ways to be. The next day would be respect, and this is actually one that I have here, but I don't know if we'll do it. This is what will happen, and this one is, once again, I'll start the day off asking them what they think respect is. And then individually, they'll pull out a sheet of paper and a pencil and write their name on the back. I kind of have an example. You write it vertically and kind of make an acrostic of your name, and then you write something about you, like something that describes you. And once everyone was done, we bring the class together and we talk about like the differences and the common things we find in people, and how we need to respect each other's differences and respect each other for who they are. And I'd ask questions like, what is something you have in common with another person? What are some positive ways you can use these similarities and differences among your peers? So this is just a way that they can get to know each other a little better and understand that we need to respect each other no matter what. The next day is trustworthiness, and I really, really like this, but it would take a lot of planning on the teacher's part. What would happen is they would again come in and tell me what they think trustworthiness is, and then I would have them write on the board a list of crimes and things that they believe would happen in their community, like common things like burglary, robbery, and just different things like that. And then they would we'd make this list up on the board, and then they discuss as a class what they wrote down, and they'd make a list of what these dishonest traits were. And this is sort of to show the opposite of trustworthiness, which would be dishonest. So then I would break the students up into groups of 4 or 5 again, and I would have them write a whodunit. So I would have an example of a whodunit, which would be like, you'd go through the whole entire story, and at the end you'd be like, who did the crime? And the students would write that, but throughout their story, their characters would show different traits, and they would be required to show clues, which would be their character acting in a dishonest way. So at the end, each group can come up and read their story, and as a class we decide who was the dishonest person and who done it. The fourth day we'd work on carrying, and once again I'd ask them what carrying was, and then I would draw a symbol of the Red Cross shield up on the board, or I probably would draw it and have it up there because I'm a virtual artist, but I'd ask the students what it means to them, like if they understood what the Red Cross symbol was and everything. And then I would explain like how the symbol is internationally recognized and marked with the Red Cross, and how they have a lot of people working for them for no money at all, like how they're volunteering, and explain the concept of volunteering to them, although they're middle schoolers, so they should have a general understanding of it by now. But then they would brainstorm about other organizations that use volunteers and write them down on the board. And then I'd have a discussion on how the students feel about volunteering and list the pros and cons on the board. And then I'm going to divide the students up again and explain that each group will choose one of the volunteer groups that we came up with, and they will. Their objective is to learn as much as they can about the group. Using role-playing cards, I would have role-playing cards, I would look up the main groups ahead of time and have like different parts of what people do in those groups, and I'd have it written out, and they'd have to act it out amongst their groups so they'd understand the concept of how much these people care because they're volunteering for no money. The fifth day is citizenship, and once again they come in, they tell me what it means to be a good citizen. And then I'd have them write some major crimes that affect their neighborhood, again like robbery and such things. And I'd want them, there's some examples that like maybe it's just homelessness and gang activity. And then I would have them create a political cartoon about problems in their neighborhood. And like, you know, political cartoons don't always have to be funny, but they have to be clever. So I would have them create like a clever political cartoon and write some ideas on how to fix the problem underneath the cartoon that they wrote for the community. And